So welcome to this part where I'll be fixing the base stand, that's the bottom stand. So what you do first is to take 1.5 inches from that very edge inward, mark it. So I'm going to be marking it with a chalk so that it will be visible for you to see it very well. And when you are taking the measurement of this place, you raise it up so that it will be accurate. You know, when you raise it up, you know the corners where you should start from. So when you raise it up, you just take 1 inch. You take 1 inch from the side inward, so it must be on the same line with the 1.5 that came from the side inward, and 1 inch from this other side inside. So you pierce your needle and your nail. So I use nail. So you pierce it. When you pierce it, after piercing it, you fix your stand. It's very easy. When you are piercing your nail, it's very easy to just enter. So you see what I do? You spread the hook that you used to fix it. You just spread it out and it will be standing. Very easy to fix. Do the same thing to the rest for. So the next thing we'll be working on is the handle. So the handle measures 4 inches by 20 inches. It's 4 inches by 20 inches after folding side by side. And the reason is because we are still going to fix something inside to make it stand. So you can choose to just fold it and sew it if you don't want to put anything there to make it stand. And I also like it to advise you to use fabric stay. I don't know what you call it in your area. That is to stiff it, the interface, fabric interface that you put on fabric to make it stand strong. So if you add it, it will make it come out nice. I don't have that available and I don't want to delay the class, so I decided to just go ahead and make mine like so. So I'm going to curve the handle, the place I will be sewing. If you look at the back very well, you see that one, the sample is also curved. So, and I want to add this leather here to make it stiff, so that when I'm sewing it will be firm. So what I'll do is I'll just cut that into 2 and use it for both sides, and the measurement of this is just 4 inches long. So I'll cut it into 2. Yes, use one part from here and one part for the other side. So with the help of my glue, so that I will not have too much sewing, I'll just glue it down. It's not that I can't sew it, but the threads will be too much, sewing always. So I'll just glue it down. Very easy. It's glued already. So I'll do the same thing to the other side. So you see, I've done the other side. So this is the rope I'll be putting inside to make it strong. I don't have a thicker one, so I want to double this one to make it at least thicker than what it is now. This is what I'm going to do. You see the measurements. I stopped at where the leather is. I started from where the leather is and stopped at where the leather is. So I improvised something on my machine just to help me twist it. It's a normal twisting, but after I finish twisting, what I'll do is I'm going to add glue in every place the two met, so that it will help me hold it in place. Then at the end of where I stop, I'll use a piece of fabric to glue it, and I will be putting glue and be tying it with piece of fabric. So that's simply what I did. So I'll put glue, use a piece of fabric to roll it, put another glue, use a piece of fabric to roll it until I see that it is secure, it doesn't loosen up again. So it's as simple as that. You can even make your sticker, and you can buy a very thick one. So there is a cord for this. You can ask from the back shop. I have it, but I couldn't find mine, so that's why I'm using this one. So there's a cord for this. You can find it in the back shop. You can find it in the back shop, where back material shop. So I'm done with that. The next thing is to fix it inside like so. You just use it to wrap it and sew it. So if you have added stay on your fabric from the beginning, even when we're making the main bag, it will make it easier for you to control if you have stiffened your fabric from beginning with an interface. Let me just give you a candid advice. Before you use your Ankara on your bag, just add a stay, iron a stay on it to make it hard. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is to fix the handle, and from the side like this you measure 3 inches inwardly. So you mark it, you mark that 3 inches. So from that point you mark, still mark another 3 inches down, mark 3 inches down from there. So that is where your handle will be starting from. Do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just going to place it like so, but for it to be stable I'll use super glue to glue it down. So that is going to help me place it. So for a beginner, you can just glue it down so that when you are sewing, it doesn't move from where you want it to stay, because it will be difficult for you to pin down because of the fiber board inside the jute. And jute material itself is also a thick material. So I want you to note that you can also replace the jute material with a plain fabric or plain uh, jean material, whichever one. So it's not compulsory you also look for jute. So after gluing it down, the next thing I'll take it to my sewing machine and use the machine to secure it. So the purpose of the glue is just to help me secure it so that before I sew it, it doesn't move or shift from where I want it to be. And make sure when you are sewing the other side of the handle, make sure you are accurate and they are on the same spot so that it doesn't divert from each other, just to ensure accuracy. So these are things I want you to note. So when sewing this, I couldn't curve very well because this thing is very hard. The fiberboard is making it difficult for you to move on flatbed machine. So what I did was I used reverse to curve when I got to the curved area. So in case you are finding it difficult to sew. So after fixing the handle, we move to the next thing. So the next thing we have to do is to fix the zipper, and this is what I'll be using to fix the zipper. The total length of the zipper should be 11.5 inches. That is half inch less than the total length of the wideness of the bag, because it's not going to get to both ends of the bag. So it will start from one end and will not get to the other end. I don't know if you understand. You can fix your zip in different way. You can choose to cover everything up, or you can even make it in a way that it will not get to both end. It will start from like 0.5 inch or 1 inch and with less than end at less than 0.5 inch or 1 inch. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. If you don't understand, chat me up. So this is the zip panel. I'm going to double it to make it thick because I didn't add stay. If at all I added stay, I would have still add lining to cover up the stay. I mean stiffener, the one tailors use to make fabric strong. So I did not have stay around. I would have iron stay on it to even make it come out nicer. So I'm just telling you, in case you are taking yours as a professional duty, you have to make it look more professional. So this is what I did. I doubled the strap, and each strap is going to be 2.5 inches by 11.5 inches. But before then, it is going to be 2.5 inches by 13 inches. So I'm also going to cut a piece. Normally it could be on both sides of the zipper, but I'm going to be using only one of these for one side of the zipper because the other side will be hidden. I just want to teach you a professional way of making handbags. So the where the zip will going to end will be hidden, but where the zip is going to start from will be covered with this piece of fabric as a stopper, so that your zip doesn't fall off as a stopper. You can use fabric or leather to act as stopper, or you buy stopper stone from the back shop, which you can fix. It used to come with nuts, and some they are like clip. You just clip it or you hammer it. Then some come with nuts that you just screw and it acts as stopper, or you use the material of the leather or fabric to act as stopper. So